What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Best Bet Show. We do not have a baseball show for you guys today. Instead, we have our football show for you. We did the NFC last week or 2 weeks ago, and now we have the AFC right in time for before the season starts. We have about a week since we're recording this video before the first NFL game. It feels great. I know me and Austin are still crushing baseball, so it's kind of sad to see a little transition, but nothing better than football season. Austin, how the hell are we?
Man, I thought you'd never let me speak, but I'm doing well. Baseball, man, is definitely bittersweet. Bittersweet. I mean, people knock it all the time, but it is by far the best sport for research purposes. If you know what you're doing, you can tell the guys that do know what they're doing from those that don't. So that's why everyone slanders it. But we're not going on that. We got football. We're all excited for that. That's clearly the number one sport. So yeah, we got our AFC predictions today. It's exciting.
Yeah, first of all, I'm not gonna let you talk a lot because I'm getting married soon and my time on the podcast is gonna take a little bit of a break before I can come back. So give me my damn I'm just kidding. We're gonna go. We had another positive show last week. We're now plus 5.72 units. We did lose our one play that ruined the sweep due to injury. Unfortunate, but another positive show that we're still bringing out for you guys. Now, let's get down to the nitty gritty. First up, the AFC East. I'll let you talk about your pick first. In the AFC East, you're on the team from Buffalo.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's a sneaky division. I feel like the AFC East has some teams that could kind of surprise us. The Jets, I'm just honestly not sure about. Everyone's kind of high on them. I know I like them, but I just don't know. You know what I mean? There's a lot of uncertainty. And so for me, I'm keeping it simple. I think the Bills are one of the best teams in the NFL. I think that's my team. I'm not going to go too into detail, just keeping it simple with the best team.
Yeah, I agree. I'm on the Bills as well. I do think their team just overall is very good. They kind of remind me of the Cowboys of the AFC. They're not there yet, but the regular season, they are unbelievable. I don't know what happened last year versus the Bengals, or they just looked like a shell of themselves. But I think the more Josh Allen progresses and the more this team kind of just keeps getting more chemistry. The only thing that's a little weird is the Stephon Diggs situation, but I think if they can get past that, and one wide receiver to me is not going to make too much of a difference on this team, if we're being honest. I think core and end to end offensive line defense, this team just has it all. And you're getting plus money on the favorite. Hard to ignore the Bills there in the AFC East. We're going to move on to the AFC North, where we will have some surprising picks for you. I know I picked the Bengals to win the AFC in my other video, but I think the value play for the division is the Ravens at plus 240. I think there's going to be a couple playoff teams in this division. I think the Bengals, Ravens, and Browns all can make it. And I think there's a case for the Steelers being a competitive team as well, as they always are. So I'm going to take a little bit of a value dip on the Ravens at plus 240. And my jersey just came in for the best football player to ever
Justin
live,
Tuck, I love it.
Justin Tucker.
The Fire
A-
jersey.
Legend. What are you
Legend.
going for your AFC North pick?
Yeah, this one was super hard. This one I kind of wanted to throw a dart, take a shot on, didn't want to go with the square route. So I'm going the Browns here. I think Deshaun Watson has a leap compared to what he did last year. I just think he's a better player than what he showed. I tuned into their mini camp versus the Eagles, like their joint practice, and they destroyed Philly. So I mean that's concerning for Philly, but the first 3 days they looked really, really good. Deshaun Watson, from all of what I've heard, looks like he's progressed really well. So I'm kind of just playing that narrative and hoping that's the case. I think the safest pick is obviously the Bengals. I think the Ravens are probably safer too, but the Browns I don't think would surprise anyone. And at plus 400, I think that's a pretty solid price to get. They have a great run game. They have a great O-line. Their defense is getting better. And I think Deshaun Watson just steps back into himself and does before this whole fiasco, you know?
Yeah, no, I like the Browns a lot. I like the value play. I think there's a chance they win. I think either way they'll be in the playoff race. This whole division is very good. So I think if you're going to take a stab at plus money, this is one of the best divisions to do so. Moving to the AFC South, I went the chalk, the Jaguars. I think this division is horrible. I think the Jaguars they made a lot of good moves. They're getting better. Trevor Lawrence is getting better every year, more chemistry. They they bet on themselves and got a nice wide receiver whose name we're not going to talk about in the space, but he's
He's a fan of the show.
a
Fan of the show.
he is. I'm on the Jaguars. How about you?
Yeah, same. I mean, this is the worst division in football, and let's keep it real. If the Jags are in a different division, are we really saying how good they are either? I'm not too sure. I mean,
Yeah,
they're supposed to be a good team. Trevor Lawrence is this and that. I agree, he's good, but like, I mean, come on, you're the best of the worst, in my opinion. So,
who did they beat in the playoffs? Where they came back from like 30 points.
the Chargers, and
Yeah,
that is a different story. That's why I'm just not high on Justin Herbert. I get it; he's never had help. He has bad coaching and all of that, but I mean that loss is inexcusable in my opinion.
yeah, but also you're right though. If they don't come back and win, are we talking about the Jaguars in the same way?
Yeah, if they lose that game when they were down 30, like, are we really saying, oh, the Jags are this? Because, like, I don't see this team in the AFC South making noise past the first round. You know what I mean? I just don't. I think I would take all three, the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens, over the Jaguars personally. So that's the pick in this division. There's just no one else, but that's who we got.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think they're a team to look out for. I think they could surprise, but it's almost like they got to prove something besides beating a fraud Chargers team before we can kind of fully believe in them. Going to the AFC West, who do you have?
Yeah, AFC West, Chiefs. You know what I mean? The Super Bowl champs. Until someone knocks them, I feel like you got to back them. Like I said, I'm the biggest Chargers hater there is. I think the coach is awful, and I played against Justin Herbert in high school. He dominated me in high school, so like I know him. I'm familiar. He's an Oregon guy, but the Chiefs are the pick for me.
I have. Oh shoot, no, I have to agree. I just gave away my pick for the AFC in the comments below. But I do agree with the Chiefs. Lost some offensive line, lost some whatever. It doesn't really matter, honestly, in my opinion, what they lose. Andy Reid is a hell of a coach. And anytime you have Patrick Mahomes, it's a quarterback league. He can win you any game, and they're going to be in it no matter what. I do think there's the division is pretty tough. The Chargers can beat anyone, but they could also lose to everyone. The Broncos, I think they got a little better, but at the end of the day, this Chiefs team is unbelievable. Mahomes is the face of the NFL. I don't see a lot of outcomes where they don't win this. And the price isn't crazy. I think it should be at least minus 200 if we're being honest.
Yeah,
But
definitely. If Mahomes gets injured, like that's kind of my thought is like that might be the only time. Like I don't see Mahomes losing to the Chargers twice. You know what I
no,
mean? Like I don't see him losing to anyone in the division twice. He's probably going to run through the Raiders both times. I would assume he beats the Broncos both times. Russ is going to be better, right? Like you would assume
he's got to be.
he's got to be. But like still with that, I still lean the Chiefs. So I just think there's too many wins for him on that schedule. You know what I mean?
100%. I agree 1000%. Which brings us to our AFC winner prediction. I'm going with the Bengals. I already made a video on it. I'm not backing out now. I know the Ravens are the value play, and so are the Browns. I do think no matter what, those three teams could still make the playoffs, or at least two of them. I think the Bengals are one of them. This team, I just think their window's there. I know they lost the Super Bowl a few years back, and a lot of teams don't bounce back, but they were one game again away last year. They stole a great offensive lineman from the Chiefs. I think the wide receivers they have are just unbelievable. They have some good running backs, and I like the young guys they got as well there too. Their defense is top tier. It just feels like it could be their time. I could be, and I'm the biggest Joe Burrow hater probably on Twitter. I just think this whole team is just very solid, top to bottom.
The AFC for me, I've said this is so open. Like even with Mahomes, the best quarterback in the world, you just have Herbert, you have Allen, you have Burrow. Like you have all these guys, Aaron Rodgers. Like the NFC, it's like
Yeah.
Niners, Eagles. You know, like you got Eagles, Niners are the two teams, and and it's kind of that's everyone's consensus. In the AFC, you can argue all of these teams, so it makes it really difficult. But I like the Bengals. I think that's one of the three teams I would probably pick.
Who's your team you got to win? Where's your money going?
So for me this year, I think I'm doing the Bills. I think I'm going to go with Buffalo. Josh Allen's got to get it done eventually. I wouldn't be surprised if this is his year to get to the Super Bowl. I feel like it's time. You know what I mean? Like they've had so many brutal defeats over the last few years.
Yeah.
He's consistently been great. Like the run game's better. James Cook, I think, is going to have a good year. I
he
just
just doesn't turn the ball over, that's it.
has to take care of the rock. Has to take care of the rock. And I think losing Devin Singletary actually is good. I think he was kind of like I think just finding that bell cow running back one will be good for them. Like they got to, right? Like eventually this team's gonna get
I
through. They've
agree.
had such bad luck over the last few years. Like, I don't know. So I'm playing my cards. I'm gonna go the Bills. The safest pick is obviously the Chiefs, but we're going Bills.
I agree. I agree. It should be a fun one. The AFC is going to be so much fun to watch. There you have it. Feel free to rewind to do whatever you want. Guys, stay tuned. We will have a video out before the first football game with our picks for the opening game on the YouTube channel. We will have some fun competitions this year as well for plus money plays, touchdown scores, that sort of thing. So make sure to like, comment, and make sure you're subscribed for those videos. As always, best of luck on your bets. Get those promos before the season starts, and let's have an awesome football season. That's it for this episode. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.